Okay, after we set up now most of the essentials to get our work started, let's go over to the fun stuff. For the concept we're working on today, we'll go into the direction of meditation and I would say inner freedom and inner liberty. So what I have in mind if I think about meditation is obviously the classic meditation pose, and I want to keep it as pure as possible. I really don't want to have the meditator any clothes or anything. I just want to have very neutral person sitting in the lotus pose, and I was thinking about around his head we create some sort of an aura, or let's call it like a halo, a shine around it. This will create a lot of emphasis on the head of the meditator because this is where he finds his inner freedom and inner liberty. Maybe I can also find another couple of design elements. I was thinking maybe to use any form of a bird or bird silhouette to symbolize this inner freedom. Like when you meditate and when you sit there, you take your breaths in, you calm yourself. This position and this act itself is a very powerful thing, and I believe in the tattoo composition, this could make such an impact as a visual of this meditator sitting there, freeing his mind. And maybe I will also work with an element like a lotus. I know it's a classic, it's nothing new, meditation and lotus, but the reason why I want to go still with such a classic element as the lotus is because for me personally, the lotus represents the shedding of layers or the shedding of consciousness. I had a couple of situations in my own meditations where I was really seeing this almost like a mandala in front of me, and those petals were shedding and those were the layers of my consciousness. So that's why we're gonna use the lotus in the design to visualize that, the meditator meditating, freeing his mind by opening or shedding the layers of his ego or consciousness. Then I would say for the entire composition, I want to frame the entire design in my, let's call it signature geometry pieces, because I feel it will create a nice contrast to this like very organic shapes, the meditator like a human body and the lotus as the flower in the front. So I want to kind of break that contrast a bit and create through the geometry also almost something a bit more, I wouldn't say futuristic, but it gives this like slight touch of science and technology. And I think that creates a great contrast in a composition. So how we're gonna start with all of that is, I'm usually search around, do a little bit image research and find the right image which creates this, I would say almost like a mood board for myself. And then we can use those images to create a full tattoo composition, starting with some sketching in Photoshop and then later on rendering out and creating micro details in the entire design.